Welcome to Talking Tech, our new web series where we talk with Hillsborough teachers about their experiences with virtual teaching and learning. I'm Todd McDonald, the Technology Integration Coordinator.
And I'm Val Pania, the tech coach over at the high school. And today we're talking tech with Carlin. Hey, Carlin, thanks for joining us today. Just give us a brief introduction of who you are and what your role is in Hillsborough.
All right. Hi, my name is Carlin Dunn. I am an applied technology teacher at the high school, and I teach a wide range of classes. This semester, I am teaching 4 different classes, so my approach to all 4 with this at-home learning setup we have is very, very different. So because of that, I'm going to go through all kind of 4 classes quickly and just kind of give you a little bit about what I do for each group, because the needs that they all have are very different and the goals that we're trying to accomplish are very different. So the first class I teach is digital and graphic arts, as well as the advanced digital graphic arts classes. And these classes, all that I teach I was really, really concerned when we first started the at-home learning, because these classes are the kinds of classes that your non-traditional student really thrives in. You know, there's not a lot of tests. Everything is project-based. There's hardly any days where we sit down and take notes and things like that. So I was really worried, like, how am I going to get this physical movement in with virtual learning, and how am I going to try and give them that experience still while we're working at home? So I found quite a few ways to still get them moving and trying to keep this not your typical class that you have for academic subjects. So in graphic arts, I use a lot of Loom, which is a online recording program. So with Loom, you can either install like an app on your computer, so you could use it on your home computer, or you can install the Chrome extension as well, and you can record yourself, your computer screen, or your computer screen and yourself at the same time. So I use it to record my screen for graphic arts because we do a lot of work on programs through Adobe on our virtual VMware. So that's really, really difficult for them to grasp, especially because so many of them, especially our freshmen, have never really used it before too much. So I do a lot of those, and I'm going to share my screen with you so I can show you a little bit of what I have here. All right, you can see now? Okay. So this is the homepage of Loom, and I have already have the extension and everything installed. So, you know, I'm going to go into Illustrator tutorials because that's what I'm using right now for graphic arts. But an example is, like, we do projects, and I'm able to record myself, I'm able to record myself doing this because it's really hard to, you know, explain to a student, you know, where something is in a program that they have no idea what it is. So I'll show you just a little bit. I'm going to mute myself. But you can see that I'm doing the work, and as, you know, if I have the volume on, that I will be kind of narrating exactly what I'm doing. And this is exactly what I would do in my classroom if we were in school. I would have this projected up on the board. So it really gives a very similar experience to what would happen in real life if we were still in school face-to-face. So this has been like my saving grace for quite a few classes. I teach an adapted tech skills class for special needs students, and something for them that I've been doing is I've been trying to emulate kind of what we do in person by doing things like picture sorts. So this is an example of a picture sort that I gave out right here a couple weeks ago. So we're learning about simple machines, and this is an easy way to assess for me that this student obviously can tell the difference between most simple machines, but it's pretty clear that a more complex machine like this crane we have here, he was unable to figure that out. So that kind of allows me to grasp where everybody's at. And this is really simple to do. I think things like this are really very easy. I mean, you just make a chart like you would for anything else, and you insert the pictures, and then boom, you have something where they're more hands-on, and they can do this again as if they were in school. So there's a lot of easy ways to do this. Another thing that I did, I was really struggling with my mechanical drawing class, which is like architecture based and engineering drawings. I was really struggling because I was thinking, well, they're lacking a lot of the materials that they need to complete these assignments at home. So I ended up just like doing some Google searching, and I found this program that I've been relying on that, they now have a compass here and they can use a compass even though a lot of them don't have that at home.
So Carl, it looks like your main focus has really been trying to keep the learning going, trying to make sure that kids still have access to you, and in the videos they're hearing you speak and watching you do it, which I think is a much better way than just sending them out to, look on YouTube for tutorials, things like that. Are you getting good feedback from your students?
They seem to be responding well to it, and I would prefer them listen to me talk than like a YouTube video or something, because I've done this with a ton of students. I have over in graphic arts in particular, I've got over close to 100 students a year. So I've seen a lot of different problems. So I know the common mistakes, I know the common misconceptions, so I can address those myself rather than have to field dozens and dozens of questions. So I like to try and do it myself so that I can, it ultimately makes it easier for me and them.
Yeah, that's great. I'm also curious, have you done any live sessions with your students?
I also do the live sessions every day with the adaptive class because they need the schedule and they need to stick to that. Otherwise, they kind of get lost within all their work. But with my other classes, since they don't follow that regulated schedule, I have kind of like open hours, if you will. I'll have 2 sessions over a day or two where I'll have an open Google Hangout. You can come drop by if you want. If you don't need help, you don't have questions, you don't have to show up. It's okay. It's not mandatory. But then if somebody does stop in, they can show me their screen and I can help them troubleshoot, and I can actually see what their issues are and what they're not understanding. So I like doing that because it really kind of weeds out the people who don't need me. And I just kind of, and they don't really want to hang out with me too much. So, they come in, we take care of business, and then they go on their merry way. And it's nice that I can still get work done during that, because if nobody's there, I can, continue on as usual. And then when I hear somebody join, I'll just switch over to that window.
That's great, Carlin. So what's next for you and your students?
So the biggest thing that we are going to be doing next that's different than anything I've done thus far is in my STEM class, we are going to be learning about traffic design and things like that, and the engineering behind traffic lights and highways, and the things you have to think about in order to make a roadway to minimize traffic and accidents and allow for emergency vehicles and things like that. So I am going to be sending them out to actually observe patterns of traffic lights. They're going to have to camp out at an intersection for like 10 minutes and record the amount of cars going different ways and the timing of the lights. And then I am going to be putting them on VMware to play a game where they design their own highways. And then we'll be doing like case studies where they're going to research in newspapers accidents that have had traffic accidents. And they are going to have to, with the information that they have gotten from the articles, they are going to have to try and come up with a solution to hopefully minimize things like that happening again.
Wow, very cool. Yeah, my kids also do engineering classes. They play Crossy Road, and that's what we kind of count that as, traffic design.
Yeah. Yeah.
So well, Carlin, thank you for sharing your successes so far, and thank you so much for talking tech with us today. It was great to see you.
All right. Thank you guys so much.